Hey everyone, my name is Dale Moreau, and I've been in network marketing for 10 years, and I love to help new distributors to know exactly what to say the minute that they join the business. Now, we network marketers have a tendency to send our new prospects, our new distributors, out into the world after they join our business, and they have no clue what to say. The only thing they have is their job skills, and as we know, their job skills won't get them far. Well, what if we could teach our prospects in 10 minutes everything they need to say so that when they go out into the mean crew world, they're not disarmed but have everything that they need to take on the world without a problem. That way you will have less dropout, less recidivism, and you'll have a great team that you're building your team for you. Now let me show you, we came off training last night with Tom Big Al Schreiter, and Tom Big Al Schreiter taught us exactly what we need to teach new distributors the minute that they join the business. And we can do this in 10 minutes. That's the beautiful thing. So let me show you the words that we're going to give our prospects exactly what to say. Now I've written them down, so I want to read them the way I wrote them so that you get to get exactly what was said. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to give our new team members the words that will actually relax the prospect, because he has this fear of selling, and he has this fear of rejection, and he has this fear of starting a new venture. So we need to be able to calm that down. And here is this exact words that we need to tell our prospect or to our new team member. Don't sell. Now that's important. That will relieve them from that feeling that they're going to have to sell. All we have to do is give people one more option in their lives, and people can take this option today, tomorrow, sometime in the future, or never. And people love having an extra option in their lives. Now, what does that do? That relieves that person. He realizes an option. An option is a great word, because what it does psychologically, it means people have options. You're right. And all I'm going to do is give them one option to help improve their life. Now, this statement takes away the team members' fear of selling and rejection. And having options is better than selling. We're not selling. All we're doing is offering people an option to be able to improve their lives without cramming anything down their throat. So where do we go from here? Well, we better have words for teaching new distributors how to handle some common objections. Now, there are two common objections that we need to get off right off the table. And here's what we teach our prospects. Your products are too expensive, or your opportunity is too expensive. How do we handle that? Yes, it's expensive. The company didn't want to make a cheaper version because they knew it wouldn't work, and so they didn't want to rip you off. Or here's another one. Yes, it's expensive. The company wanted to make a cheaper version, but they knew it wouldn't work, so they didn't want to rip you off by leaving out all the products and information and training to make you successful on the first day. So where do we go from here? We give the new team members the formula for handling other common objections. And the formula is this: agreement plus, here's the first statement, that's why I'm talking to you now, plus the second statement, you don't want to be that way the rest of your life, and the third statement, let's sit down and figure out a way to get you started so that you have, and then we state a problem, and then we state a benefit that solves the problem. Now, let me give you an example of what, here's how we can handle this. And this is the formula for handling all objections, okay? I don't have the money. Of course you don't have the money. That's why I'm talking to you now. You don't want to be that way the rest of your life. Let's sit down and figure out a way to get you started so you have more money to spend than what you pay out in bills. I don't have the time. Of course you don't have the time. That's why I'm talking to you now. You don't want to be that way the rest of your life. Let's sit down and figure out a way to get you started so you have more time for spending with raising your kids. I'm not interested. Of course you're not interested. That's why I'm talking to you now. You don't want to be that way the rest of your life. Let's sit down and figure out a way to get you started so you can enjoy extra paychecks from the people who are interested while you remain not interested. So where do we go from now? Well, we have to teach them about finding and solving people's problems. And the best way to do that is at work. So we go to work, and here is what we tell our prospects to say. You walk up to Joe, who's working with you. He's working 40 years, and he's got 40 more years to actually finish before he retires. And you go up to him and say, I'm just curious. What are the two biggest problems you have with your job, career, or work? And you just pick one of those, job, career, or work. You pick one. And after the new team member talks about his problems with work, with his career, or with his job, then you're going to ask the question, do you want to fix it? So let me give you an example. I'm just curious. What are the two biggest problems working 40-hour weeks? And the prospect says, it interferes with my boys' baseball games, and I hate my job. Then the new team member says, do you want to fix it? I'm just curious. What are the two biggest problems with working as a security guard? And the security guard says working late at night and on most weekends. And the new team member says, do you want to fix it? And when the prospect says yes, they want to fix it, what does the team member say? Let's fix it now. So where do we go from here and to be able to talk to strangers? Well, there's a formula. I'm just curious. That's the first part. Could you do me a favor? That's the second part. And when the stranger says yes, the new team member asks this question. I'm looking for people who have this problem and want to fix it. And that's all we have to say. So let me give you some examples. I'm just curious. Could you do me a favor? And the prospect says yes. I'm looking for people who work at night. Now this works for people who work as clerks at night in a convenience store. I'm looking for people who work at night and are underpaid and human target practice protecting their boss's money and want to fix it. I'm just curious. Could you do me a favor? I'm looking for people who work 40-hour weeks and weekends building their boss's mansion, but not making enough money building their own mansion and want to fix it. I'm just curious. Could you do me a favor? I'm looking for people who want to keep their same electricity bill, but pay higher rates than their neighbors and want to fix it. You get to see how that formula works? And then the new team member, we need to also teach them how to talk to a stranger or how to actually fix the problem. So the new team member will never have to worry about making a list of 100 names and talking to them because he has the formula for talking to stranger and he has the formula for fixing the problems. So what happens when the prospect wants to fix the problem? And what do we say next? Well, here's the formula. So here is the short story. That's the first part. Instead of, that's the second part, plus a problem, plus you could work with, start with, switch to, you use, you start with, you drink, you take, plus your business, service, or product, plus a benefit that solves the problem. I know that's a little complicated, but let me show you how easy it is. So here's the short story. Instead of working 40 years and retiring with a big cut in pay, you could work with us for 5 years and retire at full pay. So here's the short story. Instead of eating donuts, you could drink one of our power shakes for breakfast, and now you can manage your weight for the rest of your life. So here's the short story. Instead of spending time away from your family because of a job, you could work with us and get paid big money for spending time with your family. So where do we go from here? Well, we better teach our new team members how to close. And how to close is simple. What's going to be easier for you plus a problem plus a benefit for solving the problem? Let me give you some examples. What's going to be easier for you? Remain at a job you hate for the next 40 years? Or to work with us and retire at 5 years at full pay? So what's going to be easier for you? Continue starving yourself to death with diets that don't work? Or to try our product where you take weight off once and keep it off forever? So what's going to be easier for you? Remain human target practice for protecting your boss's money are to start with us and work with from the safety of your home, making more money part-time than your boss makes full-time. So where do we go from here for our new team members? We teach them some skills in 10 minutes. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, leave a comment. And there's an article that goes with this video. It has more information on what to say to prospects. I hope you read it, and I hope to see you all on the better side of success.